Well, these Chalk Talks are not nearly as fun with a 2-4 football team, but we do get a play, we do get an opportunity, and really because of Pete Carroll and our show on Monday talking about this red zone play to talk a lot of X's and O's and ball, and I know you guys enjoy that, seeing some of the little nuances and the wrinkles, the play within the play, the scheme within the scheme, and this was down in the red zone, and these are the areas, red zone and third down. If this team is going to dig out of their hole they're in, and especially offensively, and score the amount of points they have to with a defense that isn't what they've been, then they've got to be better in this situational football. This is 3rd and 9 at the 15-yard line, fourth quarter, 12:55 to go. Seahawks are up 20-14. They settle for a field goal, go up 23-14. But Coach Carroll alluding to this play with Mike and I on Monday and talking about Russell and what he needs to continue to see and grow. Before I get to 3rd and 9, I have to tell you, on 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line, you had 4 guys that couldn't block 2. You had a run play, you had your big jumbo goal line package, and these 4 guys could not block these 2 D tackles, and Marshawn fights for his life to get 2 yards. On 2nd and 8, you had once again a situation where a guard and a tight end and a tackle could not block 3. On a 3-on-2, they knock you back. So back-to-back runs, 2 runs net you 1 yard and put you in a 3rd and 9 situation on 1st and 2nd down with some runs that there has to be more there. But that's not the point. The point is Russell, the point is red zone, and the point is scoring touchdowns and what he has got to see. But 2 runs put you in 3rd and 9 at the 15, and ultimately you get into a 3-by-1 set here. You got big Chris Matthews in, Jimmy Graham, who's been red hot. You've got Jermaine Kearse in a little tighter split. And this is one of the first little challenges for Russell Wilson when he comes out. I've always taught you players formations plays, but it's also scan left to right, look at the front, and look at the coverage. And what you see in a tight split is you see these safeties for Carolina jockeying around, trying to disguise this ultimate pressure that's going to come. And Russell Wilson trying to, in a matter of 2 to 3 seconds, diagnose exactly what Carolina is going to do. Well, you get in a tight split, your radar has to be up. You must account for a corner blitz. You must assume when you get under, in shotgun or under center, and you've got a tight split into the boundary in a 3-by-1 set, you better have an awareness of what this corner is doing. And because of the jockeying around and the disguise, and Luke Kuechly is jockeying around pre-snap, these guys that have played together, lots of veterans, Roman Harper, Luke Kuechly, Tillman on the outside, guys that have played a ton of ball are doing a good job trying to change the pre-snap picture on Russell Wilson, and ultimately he doesn't see this corner blitz coming, or he doesn't realize it soon enough. And that's what Coach Carroll was alluding to, because if he did, well, he's going to see that the only real vulnerability on this play is going to be Jermaine on a little corner route. Now, and it would have moved the sticks and probably been a 12-yard gain and gotten him inside the 5. That was about the only advantage he had on this entire play, was to see the corner with the linebacker blitz come and read it that way. Instead, he doesn't quite see it pre-snap. Post-snap comes, and when post-snap comes, well, more utter chaos comes, because this defensive end, who was the other tell? 2 tells that you have to see as a quarterback. Tight split into the boundary, corner is pressed, anticipate corner blitz. Secondly, this defensive end, as Coach Carroll was talking about, was actually standing up. He's got coverage on this play. He was the one guy that out of any of these defenders probably gave it away more than anybody else, because he's standing up, and he's standing up, well, because he is going to run with Jimmy Graham in coverage. The Seahawks run their vertical game, something that's been successful down here, where they hit Doug on a touchdown the previous week in Cincinnati. They run vertical. The defensive end runs with Jimmy Graham, really eliminates him. Okay, the other guys drop into zone coverage and are enough in the way squeezing the vertical game that Russell can't get it out. And by the time he realizes this corner linebacker blitz is coming, you've got Fred Jackson having to pick up 2 guys. The protection wasn't changed. There was not a base call made to get these 2 here. These 2 instead are on Luke Kuechly and pushing out. Justin Britt has an arm he can reach out. 2-on-1, too late. He gets hit, incompletion, settle for a field goal. There is an immense amount of ball. There is an immense responsibility on a quarterback on every single snap, and especially when you get nothing on 2 run calls and you're in 3rd and 9, to see the entirety of the picture, to slow the game down, see a corner blitz coming, see the tell of the defensive end who's walking out, find the one vulnerability, the one spot he had to go with the ball was to Jermaine. It didn't get there, settle for a field goal, and ultimately settle for another fourth quarter collapse in a red zone that is last in the league in finding touchdowns.